Hi everybody, this is Dennis from the Dennis and Andy Show. I'm going to do a full review of Chariot, issues 1, 2, and 3. It's from AWA. It's an Upshot comic. It's Bryan Edward Hill and Priscilla Petraites. This one we've done some quick flips on. It's got a little bit of interest, so we're going to start off with issue number 1. And it starts off with some pretty good action. I will tell you right now, as I have said in my previous ones, I like the art style on this. I think it lends itself very well. You see, machine gun opening, a pretty good-looking driver. She goes through some vehicles. It looks like some type of a force field that's up. She escapes. You see what looks like an Apache-type helicopter blowing out the bridge. She goes down. The car goes into the water. You see it trapped. Again, all story done by words. She's going to drown. She's grasping for her last breath. Something's happening. You see the pink glow. It dims. It goes black. And then there's actually the title page. Nice little 2-page spread. I did forget Marco Lesko for the color. And then we cut over. We switch over to another storyline, and his name's Jimmy. He's an ex-con. He's having a hard time getting things to meet. He's got a son who has problems. He's in the hospital, and it's his kidneys. They're not functioning the way that they should. He loves his son. He wants to make sure he's there with him. And he's trying to find a way to get the money to help his son out. He works at a salvage yard, and the owner had said if he found anything there that came in, he's always able to help himself if he could fix it and get it to work. And he finds this cool car. And he pops open the hood, and he goes, because it came in with a bunch of other cars, and he goes, manufacturers make prototypes. Sometimes this could be a Ford project or a fever dream, but this is something he's never seen before. And all of a sudden he hears Jimmy Boy. The guys that he was trying to get money from, that he had borrowed money from for his son, they're there to collect. He's like, hey, I'm willing to, pay it off. I'll drive for you if you need, because obviously they're not good guys. They don't really come out if they're car thieves or what. And they're like, no, we have to leave a mark on you now because, we need money instead. And all of a sudden the car comes to life, comes out there, and it's really cool. Kind of takes them out. Again, minimal dialogue on this, but it's really cool. They open fire. You can see, the bullets ricocheting off. Again, what looks like a force field or some kind of a barrier that comes up. And he's like, oh man, we can make a deal. Yeah, nope. Winds up taking out all the bad guys. And, Jimmy doesn't know what's going on. He's like, oh, what are you going to do? And all of a sudden the door opens, and he's like, what the inside's completely wrecked. And it says, you seem like a nice fella, Jim. And so, why were those gentlemen trying to kill you? Well, that's cool. It looks like some type of a hologram projection. So that's that was a really cool and interesting start. We picked this up. I love the cover to this one. This one picks up in Asia. It's obviously a really fancy island that's out there. He goes, we found it, ma'am. The Chariot lives. So my sister lives. Prepare the machine. And you can see this is very high tech. She goes, we could do it, but this is a family matter, and I'm going to do it personally. Begin nano restoration process. All of a sudden you see all of this, we'll call it maybe Terminator type, future, maybe Matrix type stuff. coming out there, and you can see all the different plugs. She's really old, but it goes in, and again, I'll say it's probably closer to the Matrix. It goes in the nanites, and it regenerates her, and she's like, I need clothes, fun clothes. Yes, ma'am, I'll make the arrangements. So it's really cool. She basically de-ages herself. Again, another great opening splash page. It says, call me Jillian, Jim. He goes, oh my God, we need to go to the cops. We need to tell them what's going on. And she's like, you know, she goes, I'm not going to kill you. You help me, which is why I am going to help you. I know what you're trying to do with your son. Jim's still in love with his ex. His ex is, of course, dating a police officer. And he takes her out to the car because he's like, I'm not crazy. You just need to talk to the car. She goes, who's Jillian? She goes, it'll make sense in a second. Go talk to her. Talk to her. You want me to talk to the car? Nothing happens. Sadie, wait. And she's like, and what point did I tell you to tell anyone about me? You know, this is a secret between me and you. And it's really cool. She gets injected again, very reminiscent of the Matrix. Basically, it puts like a jack or a transponder, inside of his cerebral cortex, and that way they allow them to communicate. She basically brings him in so he can see the world that she lives in and what's going on. So she goes, now we can actually speak to each other when you're actually away from a car. Tell me all about you and don't lie. Next thing we find out, this is the doctor, the hospital. He basically says, look, Jim paid us all of this money, so you're covered. But he also paid for extra, but we can't accept the money if it's ill-begotten. And she goes, wait, Jim paid for this? So he goes, we'd have to contact the authorities. And she goes out to try and find it. Be careful, Jim. Remember our deal. Look, I can't tell you. The money is everything. It's going to be all right. Your word is shit. She seems lovely. Oh, shut up. You don't know anything about it. Excuse me? I wasn't talking to you. Well, who were you talking to again? So, of course, he's having the arguments inside of his head, but he verbally expresses everything. You know, it's a trope with this kind of stuff, but it's well pulled off, I thought. He goes, people don't like those kinds of friends. Jim, pull her away from the window. Now. Boom. In she comes. Get down. Jim, you need to get her out of here. What? Run. I've opened the elevator. So obviously she's able to control electronics. Maybe it's in a radius. It doesn't really say, but it's kind of cool. And just her, you need to stay. She'll kill her if you're together. Jim, what are you doing? Needless to say, you know, a security guard's up there. Don't move. Oh, yeah, he lost an arm. Jump out the window. It's the only way. She goes, Jim, put down the fucking chair. You're embarrassing me. And literally, it does nothing to her. Yeah, don't show fear. That makes it worse. She's just playing with her food. That's pretty awesome. We are friends, Jim, but you're making things hard. Stop screaming. Keep your eyes open. I should have warned you. My friends usually die. Wow, to be continued. It was a cool second issue. It kind of feels like a mix between the Wraith, you know, the Matrix. If you guys haven't seen the Wraith, it's an old Charlie Sheen movies. It's kind of worth taking a watch for you movie buffs out there. So Jim's falling. This picks right up with it. I need you to calm down. This is a game of trust. So trust me. The car pops up, pops open the hood, and of course he, boom, gets in there. Lots of bad things happen. You can see again the force field, but the navigation system got damaged. So she goes, you need to drive us out of here. Again, another really cool 2-page spread for the title page. I'm liking how they're doing that. There's policemen. He wants to turn himself in. He goes, Jim, they're going to throw the book away. And then your son's going to die because they will get to him. We need to protect ourselves, Jim. He goes, you need to trust me. Get in the damn car. And the police are still yelling, don't move, stand down. Jim, we're in a war now. Shit. He gets back into the car and she goes, you know what you can do? Drive. The world thinks you're nothing. I think you need to prove them wrong. Drive and set us free. Don't you want to be free? Yeah. And then he takes off. Don't react. Don't think, react. Save us. You have the control. So he does. He goes right through it, plows through the police cars. So that is cool. This is really a neat car. Again, that kind of reminds me a little bit of Knight Rider, only she goes repairing weapons systems. Buck A 180. What are you going to do? She goes, buck a 180. He flips around, does a 180. Gatling gun cannons come out, basically chain guns, come out there and take him down. He goes, Jesus Christ, you killed them. We killed them, but we had no choice. Get moving before we have to do again. You just ruined my life. Don't be dramatic. You had no life. Pretty funny. The police have her. She goes, I want to see my son. Well, let's tell her about her son. Son's been taken off, of course. The sister has her. He goes, better dream better things. I don't want to kill you. I just hope you mean more to the people that I seek. Then it goes through the interesting that the two girls are actually sisters. They were brought up with, basically special ops training. They were raised by people who wanted weapons. They farmed us out to organizations like the CIA, Mossad, the KGB. They did our jobs. Delilah, my sister, she was the independent one. She convinced me that we should work for ourselves. So we killed our way to freedom. So it's kind of a really cool story as you find out about the two women. Delilah, she doesn't have a conscience. She doesn't have my conscience. That's how it was put. He goes, wait, if she's your twin sister and she's not living inside of a car, she'd be like 70 years old. 70-year-olds don't move like cyber ninjas. Yeah, she found some resources. Who's that? Your ex-wife. I called her using your voice, asked her to come. She should tell you why. So she's like, what's wrong? They took our son. Oh, no. You let her take her son. So she, of course, is blaming Jim. And then Jillian winds up, she finds out Jillian's real. They're having a conversation about it. She goes, look, he's explaining to her, he loves you. You might not love him back, but you're the pillar, his rock. You need to be there for him to be steadfast. Otherwise, everything's going to go to hell. So, it's really a cool inner story, intercommunication between them. If you want him back, you're going to have to take him, and then you're going to have to kill her to do it. I'm not a killer, Jillian. Whatever you are, I am not that. I can make you what I am, teach you what I know, but you have to trust me. I need you to get into the car. He gets jacked again, and he goes, no one. Basically, again, very similar to the Matrix, she uploads all of this data. This is my world, Jim. It would take you years to learn what you need to learn from me. But there is no time here, no past, no future, just the endless now. I'm going to put you through some hell, and you're going to hate me. But when I'm done, you'll be ready. You'll be born. You'll be ready for everything. So this is actually a really cool. I think this is a really cool story. It's got some of my favorite stuff. It's got some retro throwbacks to the 80s. It's got some of the technology type stuff from the Matrix, some hint of the AI stuff. They're using nanotechnology. Anyway, this is, besides the art is what attracted me to this book. I absolutely think it's a perfect stylization for the telling of this story. So kudos to AWA for getting a group together that is just putting through a quality book. I love it. Is there anything really brand new in this? No, No, not brand new, but it's fresh the way that they're telling it. They've given some thought through it. This is an enjoyable read. On my CGC scale, I am going to give it a 9.0. This is just a fun book. It's a 5-issue miniseries. There's 2 issues left. So I hope this finishes out with a bang, and I'd love to see where it goes from here. Hit the like and the subscribe button so you know when we put up some new reviews. Leave some comments below. Did you like this? Did you not like this? Are you going to pull the trigger and go pick up this series? Let me know your thoughts below. I love to hear from you guys and see what you guys are think. We're always open to new titles and stuff, something you guys want to talk about. Check in the description below. We've got links to all of our stuff, our different ways to communicate with us. If you want a Dennis and Andy t-shirt, whatever, help yourselves, guys. I look forward to talking to you. Bye.